Joe, you've made history for Wales tonight. You joined a very, very illustrious group. Try and put it into words for us.
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, Wales 13th world champion, Cardiff's 3rd world champion, world champion. I know a lot of people are saying 13 is a lucky number, but if it's got a 3 in it, it's my lucky number. 3 is my lucky number, so if it's got a 3 in it, it's lucky for me. So I'm just happy that I've ticked off one of my goals now, which is becoming a world champion, and now it's time to secure my family and potentially unify.
Most people thought if you were going to win, Joe, that it would go to points. Very much didn't follow the script on that one.
No, the thing is, I've never gone out there to try and knock anyone off. We train hours and hours and hours in the gym, me and Tony, to go through a hard 12 rounds, and that's what we do. If the shot's there, then we'll take it. And tonight the shot was there and I took it. We worked on that same shot for hours, and we called it the run. And I seen the opening, and yeah, I just let it go. Good night.
Eddie, is this beyond even what you imagined possible?
Yeah, I mean, I did. You know, I said yesterday that I just had a feeling that Joe would win this fight by stoppage, but not like that. Not in the second round. You know, the first round was quite a close round, but you could see how strong Ogawa was, and I felt like Joe actually, you know, needed that round to settle down, because the atmosphere, he's never experienced anything like that. I know he's boxed at Millennium Stadium and stuff like that, but that was an incredible atmosphere, and once he settled down in the fight, you know, it was just his patience, his timing, and you know, what these guys have been working on for a long, long time. And like I said, there's different ways to win a world title. You see the numbers virally for that knockout now all around the world. That's how you become a star. And you know, people talk about, was he good enough to beat Ogawa? Well, the answer was convincingly yes. And now you start talking about the likes of Shakur Stevenson, who is, for me, a pound-for-pound great fighter. But is there any fighter at 130 pounds that you would give more of a chance of winning against Shakur Stevenson than Joe Cordina? And the truth is no. So that's for the future. You know, I know he's already come out, Shakur Stevenson, and said he's happy to come to the UK. And maybe that comes in time. We've got Rakimov as a mandatory, we've got Zelfa Barrett's a big domestic fight. He just opens up so many doors tonight, and it was a massive night for Welsh boxing. We talked about, really, it's the scene has been quite dead, and now Joe has a chance to completely invigorate that scene and bring massive fights back to Wales.
How exhilarating is it for you, having taken him obviously from an amateur to a world title?
Yeah, that's always extra special, because they put their trust in me. You know, I'm so happy for Tony as well, because you know, Joe identified Tony Sims when he turned pro as the guy to work with, and also decided that I'm going to leave Wales, I'm going to leave my family and have to make sacrifices to come up to Essex, as he has done for a long time. And you know, it's not been plain sailing for him. He's never really had the chance to build his profile, because he's been inactive. He had that year out in the middle, and also the World Championship fight was so close that he hasn't really been taking big chances in those fights that you shouldn't really take when you're on the verge of a world title. So the preparation for this probably wasn't ideal, and that was even more impressive, you know, bearing in mind the result.
You said before, all I want to be is a world champion. I'm not interested in being famous. That punch is going to make you famous.
Yeah, I know that. But top and bottom of it is, that's not me. You'll probably catch me walking in town tomorrow, going to be a little bit of shopping. And if anyone wants to stop me and this, yeah, I'll take photos and all that comes with it. But for me, it's not about the fame and being a celebrity and all that sort of stuff. That's not me. I'll probably give my mums tomorrow. I'm smoking a cigar or something like that outside my mum's front garden where I can drink. So, yeah, I just wanted to be a world champion and take that off now, and now it's time to secure my family.
Tempted by the football tomorrow, because I'm sure they'd like to get you there.
I'm going anyway. They served me tickets. Big thanks to JD. They served me tickets, and it's a shame that obviously I got to get this back to Ogawa, so I'll be walking out on the big shows.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe, we've seen you so calm, focused and composed all week. Finally an obstacle when the referee waved it off. Can you put into words what was going through your mind then?
Not really. I knew he wasn't getting up. As soon as I hit him and I seen his head, boom, that's it. I would have been jumping on a rope, but the fact that if I didn't go to the neutral corner, he wanted to out neutral corner, and then when he did wave it off, that's when the place erupted. But yeah, it's amazing. feeling to get a win like that for a world title.
What about that scene? So, in the arena, people for other boxers, but it was full for you tonight, and it felt like many of those people in the arena know you personally as well.
Yeah, a lot of them. I think personally I've done just shy of 1,000 tickets myself, and people were still asking me today for tickets. Obviously, I'm not going to answer the phone because I'm trying to zone in, but I had to send a lot of people stuff over and stuff like that, and it was a great atmosphere. And I think Eddie was a bit reluctant to come back to Cardiff because there was nothing really happening here. Obviously, I've been injured for a long time. I think I had 18 months where I was inactive. Like you said, I haven't been playing sailing, but now I'm back. I'm IBF champion of the world, and now it's time to bring big nights of boxing back to Cardiff, back to Wales, and give some of the other fighters, the talented fighters from Wales, an opportunity to showcase their talent. There's a lot of talent, but there's big promoters like Eddie. There's not many boxers from Wales on his book. There's only myself on there. So yeah, it's time to bring big nights back to Cardiff, and tonight's where it all starts.
We can certainly have big nights here in this arena, but there's the Cardiff City Stadium, there's the Principality Stadium. Do you think they're very far away?
The unification, Shakur Stevenson. Nah, if that's what's around the corner, City Stadium, no problem. I'd rather fight the City Stadium for unification. Shakur, that'd be amazing. But like I said, I'm going to enjoy this moment. This is my time. I don't want to know who I'm fighting next. So, well, that's maybe in a week's time we can start picking up the phone. I'll leave Eddie and Tony and Charlie to do that. And yeah, that's when we'll start planning after maybe a week or two of relaxing and enjoying the moment.
Wonderful, well done.
Bit of golf and a holiday, I understand. That's the next thing on it.
What's the day tomorrow? Sunday? No, Monday I'm going to play golf. And then I'm going to go on holiday, take my missus away because I missed her 30th birthday. I had to take her to, I was in camp actually for her 30th, and her birthday was on the 21st of May, which is when Black Sea Spider. So her birthday present was coming to London and watching Black Sea Spider. So yeah, so I'm going to take her away somewhere nice and just have a little relax.
Celebrate your own 30th birthday as well.
Yeah, because I missed that also in December. Fight. Yeah.
Do you know how much credit do you want to give to the man who left? I just want to see.
Listen, everything
You
I've
owed
done
me a
tonight.
pair of the boot on shoes.
I've already asked them to see if they got your size. They haven't got your size. So yeah, listen, everything. He knows how hard I work, but he pushes me to the limit, and he makes sure I do everything. He don't feel sorry for me one bit when I'm tired. He makes sure every box is ticked, and tonight it's all down to him. Obviously I go in there and do the bits, but he's the man that sets the game plan and puts me through my paces. And that shot I hit him with tonight, we've been working hours and hours and hours in the gym on that shot. So for me, I've just thanked Tony. I'd like to shake his hand. He's a great man. Obviously my father, he lives in Malta, and when I'm in camp, he's like a second father to me. I live with him, and yeah, he's a great guy. He looks after me, gives me not just obviously advice on the boxing and stuff like that, and how advice how to live my life. And yeah, he's a great man, and I'm just happy and grateful that I'm in the stable with him, and he's backing me.
Eddie normally sort of prompts his fights, his Rolexes once in the world title.
That's the first thing he said to me.
Is it?
That's the first thing he said
Well,
to me.
I know he does Sky. He's been doing Sky Dweller, so I said I'll have the chocolate one.
Okay.
But he can
Seen the
he can
prices of them, maybe.
That was the first thing out.
First
I wouldn't mind the Patek, because I've got a few Rolexes myself.
Oh, have you? Oh,
I love a Patek.
Yeah. That's the first thing he said. Joe, you've done it. He said, I'll have the chocolate dial.
And we'll make it back up on the next one. We'll get the money back. But yeah, I just, listen, I want to thank Eddie, the Zone, Matchroom, for getting this fight over the line, and the same with Charlie also for seeing this fight.
People don't know as well the backstory to this fight. You know, obviously Charlie and Tony and Joe know it well. Is that we made this fight about 12, 13 weeks ago, and there was a situation with the IBF where Rakimov, who's a mandatory, had a
Joe
medical.
still don't know.
Oh, did he? Never told him. Okay,
we
well,
never told him.
we'll tell you
We didn't
now.
want to disturb his camp.
The fight fell through, because the IBF ordered a fight between Ogawa and Rakimov, and basically we asked for an exception from the IBF and they said no. And this was 6 weeks ago. This is why we were late announcing the fight, really. And the fight fell through, and we had to go and we paid for the exemption for the IBF to request it. They said no. Then we had to go and negotiate with Rakimov and basically pay him to step aside to allow this fight to take place on the condition that he will be next as a mandatory, which we know that he is as well, subject to unifications and whatever. But so it was an expensive process, but unfortunately, being as close as we are with Tony and Charlie, we couldn't let them down. So we had to get it over the line, and that's why we were late announcing it. But we lost the fight, and we managed to get it back, and I'm very glad we did.
Where would have went?
Yeah. You were nearly getting so bad.
I didn't tell him because I didn't want to. I'd rather tell him it 100% ain't off than tell him like all through. He'd already done like 6, 7, 8 weeks through camp. I just didn't want to tell him, so it was an hard secret to keep away. But obviously, Eddie was talking to Charlie, and like what he said there, you know, he's done unbelievable getting his fight together. Because up until say 4 or 5 weeks ago, it wasn't going to happen.
And I said to Tony and Charlie at the time, obviously, the money that I'm spending to pay Rakimov to step aside would be the Rolex. So.
You'll make that up on the next one. Don't worry about that.
Joe, you're a proud family man. The first round was quite tough tonight when you came through. What would you want to use that moment to teach your kids at home?
Listen, my kids don't watch me fight. I won't let them watch it. It's not that. I don't want them to see anyone hitting their father or getting upset. It's not what I want. Like maybe like tomorrow I'll let them watch it, but to be honest, I don't want them watching me fight. I just want to keep them away from that. So yeah, it'll be nice for me to. Obviously, I can't take this home with me, but when my belt arrives, it'll be nice to present them with the belt and. They just look at it, probably hold it once or twice, have a photo with it, and then just chuck it on the glove. So yeah, it'll be nice, but yeah, I'll try and keep them away from the boxing.
And you deserve to celebrate this victory, but we always look ahead. Zelfa did his job tonight. If that fight does get made, we were thinking Manchester Arena is quite big. Would you go to Manchester for that
Manchester, Andi can play me over £1 million. Yeah, but listen, it's my night. I'm the champion. I'll do what I like now. So yeah, Manchester Arena is big, but so is Cardiff City Stadium. But like you said, you look ahead. Tonight is my night, and I won't be looking ahead. I'm looking to go out now, have a shower, and then go out to party and celebrate.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, the new IBF.
Go on,